Alright, what is up everybody? My name is Nathan Sample and welcome back to some funky fresh Sonic Heroes, the hippest and coolest and most funky fresh video game ever made. My favorite scene in this game is the one where Shadow and Sonic and their family are sitting around the dinner table and Shadow announces to their family that he's actually gay and also pregnant. And then his dad stands up and punches his fist through the wall. And then Shadow's like, no one understands me here. I'm gonna go get a tattoo and listen to Blink 182. That's my favorite one. I don't know if you've seen that, if you play that level, but it sure did happen, I tell you what. This is a freaking 65-year-old man just trying to fly to the store, get himself some groceries, and Sonic's beating him to death. Look at this. Sonic's beating this poor old man within inches of his life. I feel so bad for Dr. Eggman. He reminds me of my ex-wife. She was also a fat man with a mustache. She scared me. I wanna punch you. I wanna punch you in your stupid bird face. This isn't the end! Yes.
Alright!
I feel like he has to starch his mustache or something, you know, like he has to spray something on his mustache to get it that hard all the time.
Ready for the
To keep it in the same position, you know? I miss the days of Sonic Adventure whenever Dr. Eggman's dialogue consisted of, he's not gonna get away with this! Which is a line that they reused like 4 times. And this stage takes place in the city where Superman lives.
Looks like Eggman escaped into the city.
I've never seen a city before.
Control of everything.
Let's find Eggman and show him the real power of teamwork.
Yes. Let's all kill him together.
Energy plant?
Yes, this entire city is an energy plant, clearly. That's what this is. This entire giant city, this is all an energy plant because I guess people like to waste money. All of this real estate is just one company's property, and no one lives here. They also have giant turtles here. That's not even one of Eggman's robots. People just like turtles who work for this energy plant. You know, I think just having like a door with a padlock would have been a lot more efficient for this, but you know, they had to do something ridiculous. What if Eggman changed his name to Legman? And he started walking around in fishnet stockings, showing off his legs to everyone. You're not falling, you're running in a weird way.
Ready anytime. Got it.
I'm not ready anytime.
Here we go. Yeah.
Okay. So I was actually hitting B to make him lightspeed dash, but you know, he decided he didn't feel like doing it earlier, so we just had to wait a sec, you know.
Leave it to me. Stay.
What the freak is he saying? It sounds like he's yelling the word chafe whenever he's throwing us. And then Knuckles says the S word. Or he's saying Shinra, which is the company that's sucking all the Mako energy out of the world in Final Fantasy VII. Like, maybe that's what's going on. I don't know.
Yahoo!
Level up. Leave it. Let's go. Wing.
Alright, man.
Let's go. Dave. Wing.
I do indeed enjoy this. Dr. Eggman should take over the world and kill millions more often so we could hang out. We never hang out anymore. Like, the Sonic team is actually kind of like Siskel and Ebert,
Leave it. Dave.
where they weren't even friends in real life and they didn't really like each other that much. They just saw each other as co-workers. Because, you know, having on-screen chemistry apparently means nothing to people that are professional media people.
Yes!
There's a scene from a Siskel and Ebert review. I'm trying to remember what it is.
Yes!
Freaking, they're reviewing, I think, the second Jurassic Park or something. And Siskel just kind of says he's not going to buy his children a dinosaur. And Ebert just kind of looks at him like he's a psychopath for like a really long time. Like it was some kind of joke in Siskel's head. And then he said it and Ebert just gives him the dirtiest look. Like, what is wrong with you? Okay, I think it's the next stage. But the stage that comes after this has one segment where lava's rising. And you have to run away or fly away from it as Tails. And as a kid, I would literally turn the game off at that point a lot of times. Because being timed for anything just stressed me out as a kid. Like, I don't like it that much now, but back then it was way, way worse. I could not freaking stand having a timer on me.
Too easy!
I feel like that was an A performance, but whatever. B is still a pretty good rating. Like, I can live with a B. Let's see, power plant. Yeah, this is... I believe this is the one. But what's weird is they're saying the other place was a power plant, and this also looks the exact same, so like... I don't know.
Whoa, my head's spinning.
My butthole's spinning. My entire anus just prolapsed and flew out of my own body. I don't know what's real anymore, Sonic. I got shaken baby syndrome since I do in fact talk like a 3-year-old. I don't feel so good, Mr. Sonic. Certain sound effects in this game just have a ton of bass to them.
Leave it to me.
And then other ones just kind of sound normal. Very strange.
This upward path is perfect for fun.
Or for just doing what I just did.
Dave.
Got it!
Level up. All right, I got it.
Yes, I super have it. And I'm not just doing this because I need money to pay for my crippling gambling addiction. That's actually the only reason why Sonic fights Eggman anymore is he wasted his kid's college fund at Vegas. Wasn't even playing a normal game that they play in Vegas. He was just playing cribbage. Like when Ed and Eddy became old men and they were obsessively playing cribbage.
Leave it to me. Yeah.
See, what I wonder is if they ever got like Naz over at the house and they played strip cribbage, you know, like, okay, that's pretty cool. You know, like, I can see a bunch of weird, freaking dirty old con artists doing that. They freaking set the game up in a way where they're gonna win no matter what. Naz has to take off her dirty, fat old lady bloomers. Then they find out the entire time. They've had a crush on her their entire life. She was a man the whole time and they never knew. That's the true lore of Ed, Ed, and Eddy.
Let's go.
Naz is a man.
Let's go.
Double D actually ends up growing up to. Double D actually grows up to be a successful software engineer, which is just a nicer way of saying he uses computers and he's a programmer. But anyways, Ed ends up dying to death. Like, Ed dies tragically because he tries to sell someone a bunch of steak knives, and they ended up stabbing him with them. You know, his con artist ways continued into adulthood, and he ended up conning the wrong person, and he tried to con a cannibal tribe in Africa, and they actually peeled his skin off and slowly ate him while he was still alive. They started with the skin on his toes. They got kind of like the African version of an ice pick. They got the African version of an ice pick. And they sat there and just picked his toes out. They just freaking like removed his toes, all just skin flake by skin flake, peeling little cornflakes of skin off of his toes. And then they sat there and fed it to their children, who ravenously ate Eddy's toes.
These fireballs are generating a lot of energy.
And then, and Ed just kind of died because he was too dumb to take care of himself. And Double D actually ended up being kidnapped by another country's government because they wanted him to design software to launch their nuclear warheads at America. And he refused to do it, so they peeled off his nipples and ate them like pepperoni slices. But they didn't realize he had an issue of blood, and he actually bled to death out of his nipples. It's really a tragic end for for all of these heroes. And then Eddy actually, this is a secret that he took to the grave, but his brother, who beat him up in that freaking movie, I don't remember what it was. It was the movie that was supposed to be the last episode or whatever. His brother that beat him up, he actually shot him in the head, right between the eyes with a Colt 45. And he served time in federal prison, but he was able to prove that it was self-defense after he showed them the file footage of the first movie. The story of Ed, Ed, and Eddy goes deep and very dark, man. I know no one thought it would be this deep, but clearly it's just like that, man. You know, such a stupid freaking idea. Ed gets drunk and crashes his car into Kevin's house. Kevin comes out and has a stroke and dies. Like Ed, Ed, and Eddy, all three of them are basically the lightning rod for everything that happens in this world. Even deep into their old age. Everything that happens in that city that's bad, in that cul-de-sac, is their fault. I did appreciate later in the show how they actually gave the place that they lived a proper name and showed them at school. I always thought that the production for that show was weird, because they would release a new episode and then it felt like they would take an insanely long amount of time before they made another one. At least that's how it felt like to me. They would make a batch of episodes and then they would just take like a freaking like 10-month break, or like a year or two long break before they made more episodes of Ed, Ed, and Eddy. Like, it didn't seem like it was in a proper seasoned format of production. And I, for one, expect a public apology from all the people that helped make that show. That's what I say. Oh, look, a key. But wouldn't it be ironic if you needed a key to the cage that holds the key? Oh, yeah. This is the part that stressed me out as a kid. It's not even that difficult most of the time, but it's, like I said, it's the feeling of I'm being monitored by how fast I'm doing something, and I don't like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, Tails can do this. He can only fly for about 12 seconds, but... Okay, cool. Cool. Very nice. Very nice. Cool.
Those barrier devices look like the ones we saw on the map. That means Eggman's robots must be linked to the devices.
Yeah, sure. Get up there. I like how the lava's kind of rubber banded to us somehow. Would you please? Thank you. There we go, there's the end of that level. Sonic is truly such a beautiful game, full of whimsy and wonder, and the magic, and the joy you see in the eyes of a child who has just been given a savory lollipop. That's what Sonic is full of. He's also full of crap! I heard what Sonic said about the Twin Towers falling. He said some very strange conspiratory things. And then following this, here's a level where Sonic's going to kill a woman. Sonic is about to beat up a woman. Also, she's a certified stalker. She just said, I'm gonna force you to marry me. Against your will.
Sonic, give up. This time you're mine.
Sonic, give up. I'm going to touch your butthole and you have no say.
Everybody, get out of the way.
I'm just gonna do this over and over again and hope that it works out.
Why not
Well, that
just
worked
give
out.
up? You're starting to make me really mad.
You're dead. Shut up. Dead people don't talk.